we got a hint of this a couple of days ago when he moved his control of Chelsea into the family trust or whatever it is. But this seems to indicate that he thinks something more urgent needed to be done. What do you make of this move?
Yeah, quite an interesting statement tonight, Mark, from Roman Abramovich, in which he makes it clear that this has not been an easy decision to a large degree. He talked about the incredibly difficult decision he had to make and the pain that it was causing him to make it. But I think you're right in pointing out that he felt boxed in by this. It really took speed, this story this afternoon, when a Swiss billionaire made it clear that Roman Abramovich was trying to sell Chelsea through a quick sale, and once that was reported, it's pretty clear that he needed to get this statement out. But this comes, doesn't it, after Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, announced in the comments there, or was probing the Prime Minister about why Roman Abramovich wasn't publicly among the oligarchs that Britain had decided to sanction, which would give the impression, given the fact that the Prime Minister's reply was that there were to be more people added to the list, and that list would be published, so they would be named and shamed, that in the end Roman Abramovich thought that the writing was somewhat on the wall and he needed to get out. But it's going to come at an enormous cost, potentially into the billions of pounds that he could well lose, given the fact that he's not going to call in the loans that he has given to Chelsea over the years that in themselves total 1.5 billion.
So there's loan forgiveness and then this extraordinary extra step where he's giving all the proceeds to Ukrainian war victims. What do you make of that?
Yeah, indeed. And of course, that 1.5 billion, you know, we're looking at potentially the sale of Chelsea without those loans being taken away, maybe of 2.5 billion. So we're talking about a lot of money, you're right, which he's decided to set aside for people who suffered in this war and will inevitably do in the weeks and months, maybe even years to come. What is interesting, I think in many regards, yes, that he's doing this, of course that is, and it is a sign that he is giving up enormous amounts of wealth, essentially to get away possibly from these sanctions, though it is possible, of course, as these sanctions were tough enough, that money would have gone anyway. But also, I think, Mark, what was not in the statement is in many ways interesting. Lord Lebedev, of course, who's the proprietor of the Evening Standard earlier on this week, took the front page of that newspaper to attack Vladimir Putin and to attack this invasion. Roman Abramovich has not done that. He does not make reference to Vladimir Putin in that statement at all. He does not condemn the invasion. He, of course, has strong ties to the Russian president. And as I say, I think what is interesting is that, yes, it is clearly a marker of good that he is potentially going to give billions of pounds to Ukrainians who are suffering this invasion, but in the end, he's not willing to go as far as to condemn the man who started it.